Welcome to Improv Quest, brought to you by The Grouch Couch. Today is the season finale of Season 2. We made it. We did the thing. We are going to do a giveaway at the end of the stream for some stickers. So if you didn't get your hands on them at YC3, now's the time. We're going to do a little giveaway at the end of stream today for all of you who have been giving us suggestions throughout the entire season. That's right. Also, guys, there's brand new merch in the merch store. We have a fantastic guest this evening, and we're going to say hello to our lads. Say hello, lads.
Hello, lads.
Yes. Hi, hello. This is our wonderful table of everybody. We have our normal ruffians below us, but we also, on the end there, have, Nathan from the AARPGs.
Hello.
That's right. So, you guys know how Improv Quest works. We're going to introduce everybody right here. You give us your name, where we can find you on social media, and then tell us about your character and who you are playing this evening. And their class, like somebody's never met your character before. That's what we want you to do, and then we'll go over a little bit more in depth on the rules of Improv Quest. So we will start right below me with my son. Hello, son.
Fishy, I'll be playing Bomblin Barlow, a rogue mastermind that has learned how to fail upwards his entire life until the divorce happened, and now he's been just kind of failing downwards slowly but surely. It's going to be chaotic, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited for tonight, and I'm super excited to play with our guest.
Connor.
Hello, everybody. I'm Connor. You all know me from my fabulous works as Connor, Psycho Stash, and Captain Stash. You can find me right here on the Grouch Couch. If you find me somewhere else, it's not me. Run away from them as fast as you can. But anyway, I'll be playing Ronald tonight, and Ronald is a spoiled rich boy who's been cut off from his daddy's money. So he's just, like your typical rich guy asshole. You're going to hate him and love him, possibly want to fuck him, but we'll see.
And finally, Nathan.
Hi, I'm Nathan. I am the one of the co-hosts and editors of the Advanced Age Role Players podcast. So the at the AARPGs on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, Blue Sky. I'm known as Tatooine United, all that stuff. My character is Echoes of Banter, reprising this role from our Sex, Drugs, and Saving Throws campaign. I'm a bagpiper in a heavy metal band. I'm also a monk. I'm an Eladrin elf, flaming red hair, and master of the sword.
Excellent. And finally, me! I've been here the whole time. It's me, Children of Proteus.
That was a good cut.
This is when he just intersplices his face on top of mine and just takes over. But no,
that's my shtick.
It's me. I've been here the whole time. It's me, Children of Proteus. I will be your GM for the evening. Really, I'm just here in case you fail throws and I get to decide how you're punished and to voice NPCs. So good news. I'll be doing a little bit. But for those of you who've never played Improv Quest before, we subscribe to the 3-letter acronym Friday Night Raw. React, add, action. Every one of our players throughout their turn will react to what has happened before them, add something to the scene, a la a DM normally would, and then action, whatever they would like their character to do. We play it very loosey-goosey. There are not many dice rolls, but when we do, they don't really matter because you and the audience are the fourth member of our player party, and you can make people re-roll, you can add advantages, you can give them disadvantages. We have a lot of fun. That being said as well, for you out there, the audience watching this live on a Friday on Twitch, there is a option in the channel points called Suggest a Feature, or Suggest, one of those. And you can use that to suggest things our players should use. And if one of our players do use them, your name gets added to our list of the people that we will be pulling from for a giveaway this evening at the end of the episode. So, always, our first round of initiative, we're going to play it normal, give our guest a chance to kind of get the feel, and then after our first round of initiative, we will come back around and we will add one of these nifty little improv games. And I notice there might be some brand new ones in here. They have been updated. That's right, updated. So I'm going to have to read what they actually do because I don't know. Or maybe the voice of God will come in and just tell me what they are so I don't have to read. So, are you guys ready to start the show? All right. Everybody, we're going to roll our intro and we will see you back here in just a minute, all costumed up and in character.
Welcome back, adventurers, to Improv Quest, the only adventure where the dice are optional, the rules are flexible, and your next big move might just be interpretive dance. Every week, a group of chaotic adventurers dive headfirst into a world that we all barely understand, because, well, we're making it up as we go. Powered by D&D 5e, questionable logic, and your suggestions from chat. Improv Quest is part actual play, part improv show, and part magical fever dream. Will the wizard sneeze himself into a walrus again? Can the bard out-sing a banshee? Will Jack Hole Jones ever pay his rent? No, but we're rolling with it. Every week our heroes must complete a quest. What exactly is that quest? Well, that is up to our guest. So grab your potions, brace for nonsense, and remember, in Randomonia, the laws of physics are more like polite suggestions. This is Improv Quest.
And we're back. Hi. Hello, my beautiful sausages. How we do? Now, as we start our story that has never been storied, to do a questy quest that has never been quested, we find our three compatriots in a jail cell under a restaurant. What is this restaurant, you might ask? The Olive Cauldron. The three of you have been imprisoned until the kitchen staff has decided what to do with you after you caused a scene in the restaurant. Echoes of Banter, you received a letter in the shape of an origami swan. And when you opened that letter, it was from an old lover of yours that stirred the emotions in you, causing you to flip your linguine into the hair of Ronald Bonbon Billsworth's perfectly coiffed wig, sending him into a rage thinking Bomblin had done it, punching Bomblin in the face, Bomblin retaliating and flipping a table. And now you are here, realizing, each of you, the errors of your ways, and trying to figure out how to get out. The letter
I'm so
you
sorry.
received. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. I didn't mean to start this, guy. Please forgive me.
Look, you just don't spill linguine by accident, all right? We
What?
suffered real consequences back there because of your action.
Yeah.
I can only beg your forgiveness.
No, don't beg. Don't do that.
No.
Don't
Begging
do
He's
is
down
that.
on my
Oh.
knees. I'll do anything.
Anything you say.
Anything?
Anything.
Do you,
Sorry,
Happen-
something. Whenever I'm in a jail cell, something comes over me. I'm sorry about that.
yes, I see. I too have had much experience with the incarceration system here in Randomonia.
Now,
Yeah,
if all
actually, I
of
was
you would
locked
like
up
to
2
give
weeks
me,
ago.
if all of you would like to give me a perception check on what you notice in your jail cell or the surrounding area under the restaurant. I'm the voice of God. Do not mock me, Ronald.
Who said that?
Roll it with disadvantage, Ronald.
They got a 16. God's power is getting a little out of hand already.
Shit!
Right there, God. Can you say
11 for me.
All right, brilliant. So with that, Bomblin, you notice that the bars of the jail cell seem to be encrusted with sesame seeds. And what smells encrusted, and what seems like garlic butter.
I've seen enough brothels to know that's not what you think it is.
And well, no, Bomblin got a good throw. Bomblin got a good check, and you realize that the sales, the bars of the jail cell are actually nothing more than big breadsticks.
Oh my God.
And with that, Bomblin, you're gonna take our first turn of the evening.
Coming to the sudden realization that the very thing that contains and holds us is actually going to be our salvation. I want to start to can I just pull one of the bread bars off?
Yeah, do a strength check. It's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
13?
12. Yeah, absolutely. Tell us how you succeed.
So when I go to pull off one of the bread bars, like I kind of like used too much strength, fell back into the back of the fucking cage, which just proceeded to just combust outwards. At this point, I'm covered in garlic butter, sesame seeds, and bread, but I want to start like picking up all the bread like logs.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, guys, now we can take all this bread and go sell it all, or like they're gonna be pissed. We don't need to be here when they get back. Like honestly, Olive Cauldron, worst security around, but their whole like food fighting policies are like no tolerance and all this shit is absolutely banana. Shows you where their loyalties lie. Could I do a perception check to see if there's any type of back door or like cellar opening or
Sure.
any way that would not be the way that we got brought down in here?
Yeah, sure. Check away.
Yeah, that's a 14.
Okay, so upon examining this basement, it appears to be just a basement. It is a kitchen basement. It looks like there is maybe one other room, but that's where the kitchen staff went to after they put you down here. The only way out you see is in fact the staircase that they brought you down from the main eating area.
Is there something? So I would like to notice something. I think might be interesting. Like on one of the cell walls, there's a rock wall. I noticed a puckering, a puckering hole, and there's some kind of liquid spilling out of it. And of course,
We're gonna get your brain out though. Try to get out of here.
So, considering you also succeeded on your perception check originally, I will allow that. That sounds good to me. That sounds good. So you can point it out, but we are going to move to Ronald next, and you can absolutely. But I like that. That can be something that you absolutely notice in your original perception check. I like that. So Ronald.
Well, I certainly don't like that my hair is messed up. But none the matter. We are now free from our prison of wheat and sesame. I shall proceed forward out of the cell and approach the door. But on my way there, I notice a sinister aura in the air. Something's not right here. I sense evil beyond that door. Something is not right. I would like to open the door.
Okay. Dexterity?
Okay. It's a 14, I think.
All right. What do you find behind the door?
I can add more to this, yes?
Yes, you succeeded.
Just then, as I open the door, I see a horrific sight. Dismembered bodies hanging from meat hooks in the ceiling, draped over boiling cauldrons as mad chefs are dumping spices and olive oil into the cauldron. They are cooking beings down here. It is awful, and just the smell of death permeates the air as I open this door.
Yeah, so was that roll of constitution all the way around as the smell of putrid flesh permeates through?
Big old
Big
one
ass,
for
yo.
me.
I'm
It's a one. Oh yeah. For both Bomblin and Echoes, you guys you vomit. If the wall anus wasn't doing it, this is definitely this smell is not having fun.
But not for the body's reasons. I hate the smell of olive oil.
Ronald, on the other hand, coming from high society and people who may or may not have partaken in eating of mummies, you're kind of used to the smell. Yeah, look it up. 1800s rich people were eating mummies.
I'd like to add one thing to at least my portion of the scene.
Yes, sir.
As I quickly open the door and all of that happens, I just kind of go, "Oh yes, cannibals."
Brilliant. All right. Is that the end of your turn? Is that all you want to do?
Yeah.
Just open the door?
React. Add, yes.
Okay, brilliant. Echoes of Banter. It is now your turn.
So maybe we shouldn't go through that door? What do you think, guys? What do we do now?
We can't let Olive Cauldron get away with this. There are people in there.
What used to be people. Now it's food.
Now is not the time for semantics.
Yeah, so I'm gonna So as I look into the doorway, I see the mad-looking chefs brandishing their sharp implements, turn and look at us, and they start to grin and sharpen their steely blades.
Okay. So that's part of your ad. What is your action there? You can do something.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to just out of curiosity, I just have to stick my finger in the hole.
All right. Sticking finger in the wall butthole. Cool.
Hold on. I just want to recap the scene real quick. Cannibals!
I mean, there's just something about it. There's something about the liquid that's coming out of that hole. It's just like, it made me feel like it's something I had to do.
Yeah, roll for wall butthole.
Okay.
Roll for performance.
Yeah, roll.
Chat, quote it!
Roll
for butthole.
Yeah,
That's a new one.
Yeah, performance. Roll for butthole performance. I don't know.
Yeah, so 5. Yeah, I think I performed as well as you could. With the wall.
All right. So, as you stick your finger into said puckering, leaky butthole, you hear like a groan, like a and you've come to the realization that the wall actually was kind of fleshy. And you have
2 fingers.
full fist. You have stuck your hand into the butthole of a large being, which you originally thought was the wall. And it is now awake after its surprise colonoscopy.
Hey, you get to a certain age.
So now it is my turn to finish out the turn order. Oh, why is it always butt stuff? Why? Why me? Why do I do
didn't
this?
even bring it up this time.
It was like immediate first round. Like, guess his hand is in some type of sentient being. This is
It's
is it us?
2 episodes in a row for me.
Yeah, it's like, what is happening?
It's almost like you guys have never watched our show before. You should have expected this.
Yeah, shout out to 2 weeks ago where our guest put an entire fist up a chicken cloaca.
Yeah.
First round. Fucking first round. Now here we are. Fucking elbow deep in a
You
wall.
have buttholed Cardinal Connor.
Jeez.
Oh, goodness. So I would actually like the chat. To give me an idea for what large creature, what large monster has Echoes of Banter just stuck their hand into. Give me some suggestions. So you hear the creature groan and the wall starts to shift. And I don't know how quickly you're gonna pull your hand out of it, but you're gonna but it starts to shift and rise, and you see it move around. Connor. But it starts to shift around till you see nothing more than its feet in front of you. I'm giving people a chance to type answers. And what looks like an archway that leads to a hallway down, like a hallway between what its legs are. And you know what? Since you are our guest, Echoes of Banter, I'm going to let you choose from the suggestions which one that we use. A hydra, a large cube-shaped orc, a sentient elephant that can talk, that's called the Loxodon, a sentient gelatinous ooze, or an earth titan.
Oh.
Isn't a plasmoid an ooze?
Yeah, kinda.
So I'm sorry, I have to do another inside joke, and it's gonna have to be a gelatinous ooze.
All right, that's Sora. Sora with the addition into the
Thank you, Sora.
the whatnot. So this is the biggest gelatinous ooze you have ever seen. And not so much that you could see its feet, but you can see a hallway behind it. That's what I'm going to leave it with. The hallway seems to stretch probably pretty far, but it looks like there's a set of stairs at the end of it that you could, in fact, go up on. Oh, look at that. Turk coming in with a object. This is what happens when I don't have to run the stream, and Turk's just hiding, lurking in the dark, being wonderful. So with that concludes. I imagine that's where all the sound effects are coming from as well. Yeah. So with that, we have concluded our first round of initiative. That means for this next round, we're going to have each of you roll for initiative. And that will decide our turn order. And I'm going to roll for what our first improv game is.
Damn.
All right. So what did Echoes get?
Change.
No. You're just rolling for initiative. So you got a 1?
Yeah, I got a 1. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so with that, the order stays exactly what it was. It's going to be Bomblin, then Ronald, then Echoes, because Bomblin got an 18, Ronald got a 17, Echoes got a 1, so we're going to stay in the same order. But the game, I rolled a 17, which is Fate Bound or Fatter Bound. I can't read it from here. So, I mean, if God would like to tell us what Fate Bound is, so I don't have to look it up, but I will also pull it up in case he's not listening presently. Of all the things I have saved in my bookmarks, you would think, oh, look, it's God. Hello, God. All right. Brilliant. Thank you, God. All right. You heard it here. 10 or less.
I gotta say it again. They couldn't hear me. I did while I was blue.
Oh.
Here we go.
That's
ready?
okay. I can explain it.
Too late.
Okay.
Fate-bound fumble. At the start of your turn, each of you roll a d20. On a 10 or lower, your whole turn fails ridiculously or chaotically. You're going to add in negative things and fail your roll automatically. On a natural 20, though, you succeed spectacularly, even if it defies logic or physics. In 11 through 19, it plays out as normal.
Brilliant. So, 10 or lower, things are going to go real bad for y'all. 11 to 19, do whatever you want. It's going to happen how the fates say. Natural 20, everything's going your way. Everything's going to come up Millhouse. All right. So, with that, Bomblin, we are back to your turn, homie.
Yep.
React, add, action.
Yep, let's first start off with this to really set the tone. That's a 15.
All right. Things are normal. Everything's fine.
Things are normal. All right. Now seeing that our new cellmate is elbow deep in a whole gelatinous cube, probably has nothing, absolutely fucking nothing to do with that. So he's going to turn around back to the fucking cannibals that are standing behind us. And I want to go and run up, grab a torch off the wall, try to toss it in there and land in one of the oil cauldrons.
Okay. That would be a toss, so that's a dex. Give us a dex throw.
Hit you with the dex. Ooh, that's a 23.
That's a dirty 23. All right. Tell us what happens.
So it's one of the torch, and then everything slows down as the torch flies through the air. We pan over to Ronald, who's sitting there just kind of sweating, looking back and forth. And then we look over at Echoes, just kind of maybe getting a little too into what's happening with this gelatinous cube. It's not a face of panic, more of a face of arousement. And as it turns into the oil ball, it just explodes, and then fire comes bursting out of the doorway. And I want to try and slam the door shut and just kind of let that fester and kind of go up in flames.
All right.
It'll be a problem for later.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything to slam the door?
Give us another dex. Dex on dex. Why not?
Dex on dex.
The throw is technically a thing, but shutting a door doesn't seem like that much of an action, so I'll
That's
allow
a
it.
13.
Yeah, you do it. Yeah, let's go.
Fantastic.
All right.
So yeah, that entire room's on fire at the moment and isn't a problem now, but will soon be one.
Yes. You're burning down the olive cauldron. It's an oil fire. Those are hard to go out. All right.
Yeah.
So with that, Ronald, Bomblin has slammed your door to the cannibals. What do?
And he's muted. Shame bell.
As I was saying,
Yes.
as he slams the door, I happen to notice something that rolls out of the room as in all that commotion, the fire and everyone burning and whatnot. It happens to be one of this cannibal restaurant's most famous dishes for the kids, you know. It's a head on a stick, and I grab it. Like, oh, I got one. This is great.
So what you're telling me is that you guys knowingly were eating at a cannibal restaurant.
No, I didn't know, but this is awesome. Isn't that right?
It begs me to wonder, because we never really specified what was cooking stuff in bodies in there. So, like, is it cannibalism if they're not human?
I don't know. You didn't tell me what they were, but you do hear a lot of screaming.
Well, that's fine. I don't plan to open the door to find out, so.
Well, me and my new friend here.
God
My
is here
delicious
to remind you to roll a d20 for your turn.
Oh, yeah, Connor, roll a d20. Thank you, God. I would have remembered one day. Ha!
Oh, wow.
That's a 2.
You want to rewind that? Run it back?
He hadn't taken an action yet, so whatever happens.
I mean, I hadn't taken action. I just picked up this thing. But how about this? As I pick this thing up, I realize that it's still alive and it's trying to eat me. Ah! Stop it! I would like to roll to keep the delicious head away from my jugular.
Yeah, go for it. Give it a go. It's not gonna work.
Fail?
Yeah.
Like it just fails.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Wait. Not even if I get a natural 20, right?
Yeah, no, it
The scene has
fails.
been said.
Okay, I fail then. And it bites me on my jugular. Ah! No, damn it! You're food! I am the eater! And now there's hair in my eye! Son of a bitch, can this day get any worse? Just then.
Yeah.
Just then, I look over and I see that some of the cooks upstairs, or sorry, not the cooks, the waiters have heard the commotion and they are now making their way downstairs as I see their shadows cast long and dark on the stairwell. Like, oh no! I have to get this thing off me!
Okay.
And that'll end my turn. Do I need to take any damage?
Let's see. Let's see what
being nibbled on.
Yeah, you're being nibble bibbled. Roll me a d6. You take 1 damage.
Ah! That was my mole, you asshole!
Couch coin for prop work. Couch coin for bitch slapping a fucking head.
That sound was perfect. You're right. I didn't expect it to do that.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, couch coin for that. By the way, you guys all started with 2 couch coins. That doesn't really matter right now, but all right, we move to Echoes of Banter. First of all, roll me a d20, Echoes.
All right. 9.
A 9. Okay, so no matter what you do, you're going to fail at it, but you get to fail spectacularly.
All right.
So-
super fun.
Yeah, lay it on us.
All right, so I'm reacting for
Yes.
So I see that chaos is ensuing. There's fire behind a door somewhere. There's a disembodied head that's chewing on my cellmate there. Feeling guilty about how I caused us to end up in this terrible predicament. I'm gonna try to what can I add? So okay. So first, I'm gonna say that the disembodied head, not only is it disembodied zombie head, but the teeth have gingivitis.
Got full-blown gum disease.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's not good.
But as my action, I'm going to try let me save you, and I try to grab the head and throw it into the gelatinous butthole.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
Okay,
fail.
So what I would like you to do, this is what I'm going to do, is that I'm going to have you roll it. I'm going to have you roll to toss the gelatinous head and then the head into the gelatin. But
Okay.
I will describe how it fails. That's still roll for it.
All right. There. Oh, nice.
Oh, would have been a failure regardless. So what happens is you actually run over, you grab the head, and it immediately starts shaking you around and going around, and you toss it over your head towards the gelatinous cube. and it bounces off of it and lands right back into your hands, now facing you. And it's now going for your neck.
Okay.
So roll me a d6 for damage.
Oh, no. 3.
You take 3 necrotic damage. There we go. Oh, my goodness. Beautiful. So they're screaming in the kitchen, pained voices crying out, starting to like whimper as their nerve endings are getting singed off. And then you hear the running from upstairs downwards in from the waitresses and waiters coming down to check what the commotion is. And the ooze pulsating. It's Butthole still facing you. Butthole still like doing this, leaking ooze, still doing it. And the wait staff gets to the bottom of the stairs and they're like, what's the meaning of this? What is going on? And one of them, that seems to be some sort of wizard, casts prestidigitation. And I'm going to roll a d20 myself to see how I do on this in general, because it still counts. That's a 19, baby. Everything plays out normal. Okay. So, cast prestidigitation. I'm going to see how well it works. I'm going to still roll a d20 to see how well it works. To be fair, it's a 1. Things are going terribly. Everything's bad. In fact, the prestidigitation backfires in a way, and the fire is now exploded the door outwards from the buildup of pressure of this oil fire in the kitchen as bodies come running out and falling over Ronald, who on the ground, Bomblin, who is standing nearby and covered in very flammable fur, and running towards the cube in hopes of putting themselves out before they die. So I would like both Ronald and Bomblin to roll me a d4 to see how much burning damage you take.
It's a strong 4.
All right, that's a 2 for Ronald and a 4 for Bomblin. Beautiful. All right, with that, we come to the end of our initiative there. That is a full round. Beautiful. We love it. We list it. What a wizard say. A wizard, you say? Yes, a wizard. A wizard god. So, with that, we're going to roll initiative again. We're going to try a new turn order. I'm going to roll for game. Yay. So I'm seeing Ronald. We're starting with Ronald this time, who got a 20, followed by Bomblin, followed by Echoes. That is going to be our new turn order. And I got a 4, which is sound effects. Now, here he comes. Yes, God.
Here he comes. 4.
I saw the
sound
mouse.
effects. During each player's turn, the other players must add sound effects to everything the current player adds or does, and the current player must react to the sounds accordingly.
Excellent. Thank you, God.
This is a round free for interruption, so interrupt each other.
Yes, excellent. Oh,
I'm
you know what?
Interruption.
No.
Okay,
that's fine. All right, hold on. I was saying, do you need to take a phone call?
No, I'm gonna grab something for sound effects.
No problem. Okay, just making sure. All right. So with that, we are going to be starting with Ronald. With this chaos that is ensuing, tell us.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I'm currently on fire, so I'd like to put out the fire.
Okay.
I'm going to reach while I'm on the ground burning, and I just so happen grab the head on a stick, and I start putting out the fire on my fucking person with the head on the stick.
All right, so roll for pat down.
Roll for pat down. Can we call this dexterity, maybe?
Yeah, or survival, because technically you're trying to survive.
Okay, cool. +0. Got it. 7.
Beautiful. You're still covered in embers. You still got quite a few, but you've patted out you got the body off of you. So you're the thing that's on fire.
Reroll fire patting.
Rerolling.
Reroll.
Thank you.
Who knew fire could be so fiery?
Thank you, Billy. Wherever you are.
That's an 18.
Ah, yes.
All right, tell us how you succeed.
Well,
remember,
there's
fellas,
a
you're
lot of
supposed to be making sound
slobber
effects.
coming from the severed heads.
Okay.
What's that?
It's me.
Oh, yes. Lots of slobber coming from the severed head's mouth that seems to be helping put out the embers as I bash it against my body. So as my smoldering clothes die down to just smoke, I manage to stand up and look around the room, and here's what I see. I see a bunch of cooks that are on fire and scalding hot oil that is burning them. And they're running directly into the gelatinous cube, hoping that it'll put them out. But as they run in, they are instantly dissolved because they did not enter the protected butthole of the gelatinous cube that is not acidic whatsoever. They instantly dissolve as they enter the cube.
All right, cool.
And I go, wow.
Wow. All right. And does that end what you're gonna do?
Yes, I put out a fire on
All
myself.
right. We move next to Bomblin. A reminder, you are Ronald and Echoes. You are providing sound effects for everything that Bomblin does and says.
So fire started to get larger and starting to spread kind of up and around the stairs, and now it's starting to go into the main building of the Olive Cauldron. You can start to hear screams of civilians upstairs running all about, trying to it's a mass panic. But what also is a mass panic on what's going on down here? The heat, it's so unbearable. We're feeling like we're almost dying. And as we try to get a little bit closer to the gelatinous cube, we all can't just go through the protective butthole of the gelatinous cube. So we're gonna need Echoes to seduce the cube to move out of the way so we can keep on going. Anything? Wait. Does anybody remember why we were celebrating in the first place? No? Cool.
No?
I'll keep that as a twist later. Sweet.
There is a note that caused all this kerfuffle that got you in trouble. You got a flying paper crane that had a note on it that caused all the kerfuffle that got you down here. Nope.
I want to pick up Echoes and kind of try to push him up against the wall, but it's very flimsy. I gotta get together. Slap. We need you to get seduced to gelatinous cube. It's the only way to get out of here.
Just like an Eiffel Tower kind of situation. What's going on here?
No. I was a part of one of those about 2 weeks ago. Trust me, I'm still listening. It's not okay. But we need you to do this. The gelatinous cube won't care for soft touch like they'll care about yours, Echo. You've already been inside of it. Now you just need to
Is that a horse?
give yourself to it.
Well, I mean, if that's the only way.
It's the only way. Give yourself to the gelatinous cube. Let it have its way with you and spit you out on the other side. And maybe convince it to move so me and Ronald can just step through.
Yeah, all right. Well,
4.
I mean, it wouldn't be my first time inside a gelatinous cube, so.
So what I'm hearing, Bomblin, is you're forcing a roll upon Echoes
I
for
don't force
seduction.
anything. I'm trying to encourage Echoes
Asking
to
for
roll
consent.
for seduction.
All right,
Yeah.
so you're trying to persuade Echo. Okay,
Because
okay,
I
so
don't
we will
want to
do-
force anything.
We will do contested persuasion rolls.
Do you not want to have a way with it? Okay. I mean,
You guys decide, right?
they got a 17.
And a 14 from Echo. So Bomblin does, in fact, convince you, Echo, to seduce the cube.
It's the only way.
I
You know,
don't
that's
like that.
probably why I didn't die last time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. Okay, so is it?
Yeah, it'll be your turn now. That is Bomblin's way of giving you your turn.
Yep.
Well, I really didn't think I was going to be doing this again, but here we are. All right, boys, hold my coat. And I take off my coat.
All right, gladly hold his coat.
I take a few warm up steps back, and I take a run. I take a run at the and try to dive straight into the gelatinous butthole.
All right. Okay, you spend a couch coin.
Steps back, and there's like a little table right there. And Bomblin pulls out one of his pulls out a pocket imp artist to sit there and kind of scribble what's happening right now. So as Echo's dove in head first, my imp is drawing really fast to capture that image, because I'm gonna need that later.
That is a canon thing in our world that you imps take pictures, but they just draw really fast. That is we stole from Terry Pratchett. Picture imps are a thing. So I would say, God, roll me Constitution.
Okay. Oh, I think I may have mentioned that's my dump stat. 11.
11.
Oh,
Okay.
Anyway.
I'll trust you. An 11. Okay. So this is like a kind of fail, but kind of succeed. So
Wrong hole.
you get no. You dive straight into the gelatinous butthole, but unfortunately, you entered with a little too much force. And you kind of some of like upon it stretching so rapidly to accept you, some of the acidic juices from the outside kind of touch you on the way in and kind of like scrape and burn you as you go. So I'm gonna say, let's see, I'm loving it. Roll me 3d6. Jesus. Okay, never mind. A lot of acid enters in, and you get 17 damage.
Ooh boy, this is how things go for me. This is great.
Damn. But you
Death by ooze.
Yeah, death by ooze. Now, while you're in the ooze, I imagine you're just trying to follow its tract to the inside, but do you try to communicate with the ooze while you're inside of it?
Sure, yeah. It's like just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Is that what the ooze is telling you, or are you telling the ooze?
I'm telling the ooze. I don't want it to constrict on me and hold me in there. I want to go all the way. So
okay.
But constricting's a part of the best part.
All right, so finally, I'm going to have you roll me like a general just d20 to see how quickly you're going to get through this gelatinous.
Oh, 2.
A 2. Okay, so that is bad. It is hard working through it because you got like these like acid burns now as you went in.
Can I try to persuade it now? Like let me through.
For a couch coin, yes, I will let you persuade.
All right. Okay.
Connor.
Took Turkey so
Congrats, Cat used reroll RDGFDFG.
Was that you trying to say guest?
Probably.
All right, so that's
No, he was
8.
clearly trying to say fucking
All right, so you get a re-roll, and since it came in just before you rolled this one, I will let you re-roll either your you move through it or your persuasion. I will let you choose which one you want to read.
Oh, the move through it. That was it con?
No, it was just a general D20 roll.
Oh, just D20. That's right.
General D20.
General D20.
Yes, sir. Try that again. 10. Worse. Okay.
No, that's a little better. You got a 2 last time.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit better. So you squelch through it. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, and just as you start to feel like you're like losing oxygen, like there's not enough oxygen, you finally as you're kind of like, I imagine you're just kind of like swimming through it, like kind of army crawling through the tract of this gelatinous cube, and just as you feel like you're gonna lose oxygen, you poke a hand out and you feel free air. You feel free breezed air and just pull yourself out.
Can I add something else to this?
Yes, you can.
So I do a nice little acrobatic roll out of there, and I get up, and I'm like covered with a couple different kinds of goo, and I look at it, and it's like just as I thought. It's not a gelatinous cube; it's a genitalious cube.
Continue.
And it actually has a set of male body parts in gelatinous form on the floor there in front of me.
In front of you. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I have a picture of this, which I'll send you guys later.
Thank you. I am actually going to need that later.
Is it one? Yeah, is it like one gelatinous dick, or is there like you said multiple, right?
What?
Just
no,
one?
just one. Just one.
Is he huge? Is he hung?
It's appropriately sized.
Appropriate, averagely sized. What's the average size of genitalia cube?
Well, the thing is like what 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. So I mentioned it's
2 inches.
like size of a baby. I don't know.
Size of a baby. Newborn or like a week old? Because that's 2 different size babies.
Like 6 months old.
I don't know.
13 months.
Leave it. I'll leave it to your imagination.
All right. Yeah. Step one, it's been. All right. Brilliant. So you sort of squelch and topple to the floor, heaving for breath in front of this cube. Just like a heavy, hefty breathing. You did good work. And your compatriots see that you have made it to the other side. Compatriots, we're going to roll initiative one more time, but you guys can decide what you do. So one more before we go on our first break. Wowzers. Ronald, good job.
Beat that, peasants.
Oh, yes. Bomblin sure didn't. All right, so this time we're going to go Ronald, Echoes of Banter, and Bomblin. Turkey, mute yourself. All right, so with that, we're going to have one more roll from me on the improv game. That's a 10. Hopefully it's chaos combo. So that means we're going to roll 2 dice and we're going to do both of them combined. All right, that's a 6 and a 7. So it's forbidden word and meanwhile. Brilliant. So,
yeah, oh my God.
Meanwhile is that during each of your turns, I can say the word meanwhile, and you have to be in somewhere else. Suddenly, somewhere else in this world, there is a scene happening. Tell us what is happening in that scene. So it's you guys here. Meanwhile, Cookie is having a fist fight with an alley cat. Cookie the kobold is having a fist fight with an alley cat over what looks like a large block of cheese. Back to reality, and then it's back to whatever you were doing during this physical turn. Make sense? Forbidden word. 1 second. I will get that up. I will get it up in just a moment. There it is. I've got this. All right. And forbidden word. GM selects a common word like fight, door, or magic. If anyone says it during the scene, something ridiculous, magical, or catastrophic happens immediately. It may be triggered multiple times. So, I don't know if I tell you what the word is.
No, because then we would know to not say it.
All right. Well, fair enough. All right. Thank you. It just said forbidden, so.
A secret word.
Thanks, God.
But you must write it down.
I will. I'm writing it down right now.
Nice.
Common word.
Canoe, you want me to do what? I'll say, Jesus, the fuck are you guys talking about?
Secrets.
Secrets!
Victoria's Secret.
The new seat.
All right. I have my word picked, and we will continue with the order of Connor, Echoes, and Bomblin. Remember, talking is free. You can absolutely yell at each other, do whatever. But I might say meanwhile during a thing, or something chaotic may happen if you say the word that I wrote down. Yes. All right, Ronald, take it away.
Yes, well, I see that the only escape that we have is through this gelatinous cube, since there's the waitstaff that are just now entering from downstairs. So here's what I do. I stop, I drop, and I roll, because the floor is slathered in cooking oil and blood, and I'm trying to lube myself up for this gelatinous cube's place.
Uh-huh.
So I jump back up, and I sprint towards the cube, jump in the air, Superman pose.
Can I use a couch coin?
Mm-hmm.
Chaos.
Yep.
Chaos die. Yeah.
Yep. Add a chaos die. Well, good news. There's already gonna be 3 of them because you said the magic word 3 times in a row before I could even tell you said it. It was cube.
Son of a bitch.
Cube.
I was thinking like
magic
butthole.
word has been said.
I was
Gelatinous.
thinking butthole. Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah, it was cube.
the dungeon master can make something crazy and chaotic
was
happen.
cute.
You can literally transport them
So does
to
this
a
mean I get
totally
to,
new
like,
location. You can make time
Make a
pass.
new word for
you
each
can
of
make
your turns,
everyone
or do
die.
we just
Yes,
let
you
it
get
go
to
crazy?
make a new word.
So we're adding a 4th. So whatever you do, there's going to be a chaos die. So you're deciding to slather yourself up on the floor, or you're trying to dive into the cube. What's the plan?
Can I just have
forbidden
the slathering
word,
to help me?
Yes, absolutely.
Or just visual. I just need to be covered in oil and blood.
I see. I was talking to chat and not to you. Discord was muted. The power of the forbidden word, my friend. You can, now that the forbidden word has been said, you can completely teleport the players to a new location. You can forward or reverse time. You can make everyone die. There can be an explosion. And now that the word has been said once, you write down a new word and you continue after you completely change the scene to new magical ways. So they could be somewhere else. We could be like, oh, this was just a bit of the story. The real story happens over here. Whatever you want as the dungeon master. It's up to you now. The forbidden word has ultimate power.
All right,
power.
so I changed the word for the rest of each of their teams, their turns, right? That's what you were saying?
Just, you change it one more time, and then if it gets said again, you do it again, and then write down a new word.
Brilliant. I love it. Okay.
Oop.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm clicking too much.
No.
There we go.
Look, the chaos already happened. All right. Now, since that's the case, all right. You dive onto the ground to slather yourself in blood and oil, and the room begins to shake and quiver, and the rocks of the cobbled floor beneath all of your feet start to fall away, and below you, as the floor disappears, there's a swirling vortex of purples and blues swirling around, and you all drop through it. And you thud onto something that also feels a lot like a gelatinous cube, but it bounces you up in the air, and you're on top of a giant bowl of Jell-O.
The fuck?
In a kingdom, for as far as you can see, is different desserts piled high, little wafer-made candy townhomes, and only Echo recognizes it as the kingdom of the Pudding King.
Oh no. Well, this is fortuitous.
As you land, another paper crane flutters around your head and drops on your lap. And as you open it, it said, "Damn it, Echoes! I told you I was sorry in my previous letter. Time is of the essence. I don't have long. I've sent whatever magic I could to get you here. Save me!" Oh no, Yoko.
Oh, guys, do you know the Pudding King?
Do I know the Pudding King?
The Pudding King?
Yeah, the Pudding King.
I know all royalty, and clearly I'm familiar with the Pudding King. Like, let's be real. Yeah.
Well, he's got my ex-girlfriend, and I have to save her. I hope you can help me, because it's the last time I faced the Pudding King, it was a mess.
Wait,
Literally.
you said ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, but she says she's sorry, and she'll take me back. I mean, I'll take her back, or she'll take me back. It doesn't really matter. I love her. I want to be with her.
Wait.
Nobody tickled my senses like she does.
For that bitch.
You have to meet her. You seem
Meanwhile,
Oh, I seem smart. You're correct. I always am.
Yeah,
Isn't that
she'll
right,
love you.
person?
Meanwhile,
Who's this for?
you know what? Whoever wants to take it. Technically, it's Ronald's turn, but you're just talking, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay,
Meanwhile.
I'll take it then. The scene snaps to the streets of a large city in Randomonia, and under a streetlight, you see a gray goblin in a studded leather jacket, and he's at a bus stop talking to a woman. Yeah, so I'm in a band. If you didn't know, it's a pretty big one. Usually, there's a lot of girls that like to sleep with me, but yeah, I just called them off for the night. I'm just trying to chill, And
Back to reality. Continue your conversation.
Yes, I know the Pudding King.
So what do you say? I mean, he's pretty dangerous, but I've seen the way you guys operate. I think we could take him and rescue my poor Yoko.
Well, by the way we took that restaurant, I'd say you're right, young sir. We succeeded in that.
You delusional bastards. You barely made it out of there. Actually, the fact that we made it out of there is, in fact, I would have to say, sheer magic, or a miracle, or some sort of outerly world being. gravity.
Or God, but we know he doesn't exist.
Standing on orange Jell-O right now. Throw that suggestion to Banu. It's Jell-O.
You cut out for that whole yell.
You're too angry, Bomblin. Nobody can hear you.
Just orange Jell-O makes me so fucking...
No.
It's like, why do we have it? You have 6 boxes of it in your cabinet and like 2 boxes of green, and you'll use both boxes of green and then go get more Jell-O while still having 6 boxes of orange Jell-O. It's fucking pointless.
As you're yelling, like a part of my skin with the acid burns on just kind of sloughs up and hits the ground. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. We can do this. Come on, Bomblin. We can do this. Do I have your help? Can you lend me your assistance, buddy?
Yes, of course. You know I will always help out a friend that's willing to pay. Now, I'll also always help out right up to the point where there's almost no return. But I got your back until then.
All right, and with that, we are going to take a break real quick, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Let these fellas pee, take a breather out of a mask, generally stop having a heat stroke in the middle of the summer. You know how it goes. But we will be back in
It's
just a
okay.
few
We're
minutes.
not wearing pants.
Hell yeah, I am. But yeah, sit back, unbutton your pants, let down your hair. You too, ladies.
Let down your pants, button your hair.
Oh yeah, thumbnail poses.
Thumbnails, babies.
I
That's
usually
right.
do these
We
at
like-
the end. But yeah, all
We're
right.
doing
So,
it now so we don't forget.
everybody,
Second pose.
we do a fun little thumbnail pose here. Do a fun pose of your character, how they would pose. Everybody in chat, you can also give us suggestions for how you would like us to pose. And, throw them in there. So we have some cool stuff.
Oh, shit.
If he does that,
Yeah.
then we'll know what the flags in the back of his background are.
It's Canada.
It's what? I never knew.
All right, we love you guys. We're gonna go on a quick break. Hello, we're back. I put on glasses because my eyeballs were itchy. But welcome back. We are back from our break to finish out this story. Will Echoes of Banter save their ex-girlfriend, or what? Is it all just a ploy to get him to pay attention to her and just her to break his heart again? Who knows? But in the meantime, let's say hello to our lads. Say hello, lads.
Hello, lads.
So, in order of operations, we have Fishy playing Bomblin. How you doing after our break, homie? Fair and valid. You know what? I get it. Connor playing Ronald Bonbon Billsworth. How you doing, homie?
That's me. I, took a great big pee right here on my stool.
Ew.
Why?
Because I ate asparagus and I like the smell.
And finally, our guest of the evening, Nathan from the AARPGs, playing Echoes of Banter. How was your first half? How was your break?
It was pretty good. This is my first time kind of venturing out with doing the whole stranger danger thing. So this has been pretty fun. I love how weird you let me get. So that was good. But yeah, loved it.
There's almost no limit to how weird we'll let you get. That's if you've learned anything from gelatinous buttholes.
It's beautiful.
But
Beautiful.
everybody, and me, I've been here the whole time. I'm Kate, Children of Proteus, Produce, Fish Daddy, Fishy's father, whatever you want to say. Hi, it's me, your GM for the evening. What's up? That's right, I'm your general man. We resume our story where we left off. Echoes of Banter telling both Bonbon and Bomblin about the letter they received from their ex-girlfriend being held captive by the Pudding King, and both agreeing to help him go through the Dessert Kingdom to get Ono Yoko back. So, let us decide what our order will be. Roll me initiative, everybody, and I will roll our improv game for the scene.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
First nat
Ar-
20.
All right. Echoes of Banter will be starting us off, followed by Ronald, followed by Bomblin. And our game for the evening, for this round, is Change. At any moment, the GM can yell Change. The last player to speak must immediately alter their last statement in a bold and unexpected way. Keep the new version and commit to it. No takebacks. That's not true. I could say it Turkey did this to me so many times. Are we really only sticking to one change at a time? Hell no. I might yell it 3 times. Yes, God. No, I didn't.
You can say change as many times as you want, but whatever the player says, if you decide that that's what they're sticking with, then they must stick with it. No takesy backsies.
God's
We
mad at
must be
you.
reading. That's fine. We must be reading different versions because that's not what the one I opened from the chat says.
Fair enough.
You do when the gods start fighting each other.
You know what, God? Okay, as long as we agree. We were correct. I was correct. I'm going to say it a lot, but it's not what the one I was looking at says. So that's fine. We're good. I feel like I'm having a stroke, but it's fine. Yes, I love change. I also love change. Some of my favorite moments have happened with change. It's good shit. Oh. I see God changing it. I see God changing it. It says change, bitch.
The powerful All-Father works in mysterious ways.
Anyway, we are starting this scene. Sorry, I'm not distracted by seeing Turkey typing in the Google Doc. We start off with Echoes of Banter. How will you save thine previous lady friend, thy bountiful bosom?
So we have to go to the palace of the Pudding King.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I need some help finding it.
Okay.
Can one of you guys help me figure out which way it is?
Perception checks all around, everybody.
You know what, Ronald?
Ronald-
You go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Ronald, where is it?
Yeah.
Well,
It's right fucking there.
in this place that we've spawned, we're on top of a bowl of orange Jell-O. And we're confused because we cannot find this place. We're looking around everywhere.
Change.
We're looking around in one direction, so we're not
Change.
seeing much. Okay, we are looking inside of ourselves to
Change.
find this place. Did you say change again?
Yeah.
Okay, we fucking shit, we look up.
Sounds good.
Okay. Floating 100 meters above us is a giant sky island, a sky candy island, Flapjack, and it's a castle on this floating island, and up in the tallest tower, on the tallest mantle, there seems to be a caged window made of candy cane bars, and long black flowing hair comes out of those bars off the side of the
Change.
tower. What?
Change.
What part? Fucking. She's on. No. The castle is in ruin. Interesting, right? The castle's in ruin. Candy ruins everywhere. And there seems to be exposed tower with a lady on top of it. Maybe. Okay. Yes. That's what I see.
All right. Cool. Echoes of Banter is back to you. That is what Ronald has seen and told you. There is a giant decaying candy ruined castle with a lady on top.
It's a sky castle.
Yes, in the sky.
Well, so what we need is I grab a branch that was somehow fell into the Jell-O.
Change.
I grab a giant straw that was dropped into the bowl of Jell-O and go, we can use this to make a blimp, right? Help me blow on this.
Oh,
What the fuck did you just ask me?
I've played this
Change.
game in dark alleys.
So this is actually a change on Bomblin because Bomblin was
okay.
the one that
Okay.
spoke last. It's whoever
Right.
spoke last. So what the fuck did you just say to me is changed?
That's not the first time somebody's asked me that before.
There we go. All right, Echoes, take it away.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna demonstrate how to make a blimp out of Jell-O, and then I'm gonna pass the straw around. So, like a Constitution roll or something to blow into Jell-O.
Yeah, why not? Constitution roll.
All right, again, my dumb stat. Here we go. 8.
An 8. That is a pretty weak breath. You see like the tiniest of bubbles forming inside of the Jell-O. You see, and you pass it off to Ronald. Ronald, it's actually your turn
Constitution,
now.
yes.
Yeah, well, it's your turn, so yeah.
Oh, well, I'm surprised that he handed me the straw without even trying. I'm a little suspicious that he doesn't want to do any work to make this blimp.
Change.
So I'm very convinced that he absolutely wants to make this blimp, and he's desperate. So I know I have to help him. With that, I look around to see if there's anything that can help me blow this straw. Just then, I find what appears to be a sweet little gummy bear walking by.
Change.
A sweet little sour snake walking by, slithering by.
Change.
Motherfucker. Fucking motherfucking gingerbread man walking by.
Perfect.
Okay, yes, gingerbread man walks by, and I say, "You there, sir? Can you help me with this task?" He goes, "What do you need?" "I need you to blow into the straw." Sounds kind of creepy. I know, but help me blow into the straw. We need to make this blimp out of Jell-O. "Oh, you should have just said so. I do that a lot." And I go, okay. And so I grab this gingerbread man who's about like human child. I guide the gingerbread man onto the Jell-O.
Change.
Oh, son of a bitch. I forcefully shove the straw in the gingerbread's mouth and I punch him in the stomach to make him blow air in.
Change.
Fuck. Well, I still want the straw to go in his mouth.
That's fine.
I offer the straw to him. He trips over the edge of the bowl and his mouth falls right on the straw.
Okay.
And then right then I kick him in the balls, his little gumdrops, and he blows out a loud scream that blows up the Jell-O.
Okay. Roll me a strength check on how hard you kick him in the gumdrops.
This is -1. 12.
12. Good enough. Yeah. No, that gingerbread man is goes. Like it's just a prolonged scream that happens as you kick him in the gumdrop buttons. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn besides kick him in the nuts?
Well, after I kick him in the nuts and his screaming starts to inflate the balloon,
Ben
I
uses
look up in the sky.
reroll Connor.
Reroll your strength.
Of course.
Oh, that's classic change right there is reroll.
10.
I'm gonna say it's a little less of a prolonged scream that time. It's like a
Eunuch, yes.
Brilliant.
You said change?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
But I like that you're feeling the fear about it.
Yeah, I am. I'm scared. Anyways, my addition to the scene is that I look up in the sky and see gummy animals flying all about. There's wondrous creatures in this world that are made of Did you say change, damn it? You son of a bitch! I'm trying to create magical whimsy! There's a flock of horrid dark crows that fly above the castle.
Coins rain from above.
Cougar Slayer once cheered
Fuck
500
you, Cougar
the penis
Slayer!
mustache
Damn
Connor.
it! I will destroy you! I said horde, and no, it's not dark crows. You know what it is now. It's flying pigs. Damn it.
Perfect.
And we are still no closer to saving this goddamn bitch.
All right, Bomblin, it's your turn now.
Realizing that we need way more altitude than what we're achieving right now, my first reaction is because, like, I see how well the gingerbread man's doing, so I want to go ahead and hit him with the second punt to the gumdrop buttons.
Okay.
Just to get this get this thing like going.
Yeah, give us a strength check.
Hadouken! That's a 19!
Yeah, explain how you. Yep.
Alright, so I go, and then I fucking football kick it right into the gumdrop buttons. So then I just iron fist it straight into the gumdrop buttons. And soon as I get my fist in there, I suddenly realize I'm stuck. I fisted the gumdrop buttons a little too fucking hard, and now we're kind of stuck in there. I fisted the gumdrop buttons a little bit too seductively, and now I let go. But now we are climbing altitude at an alarming rate.
Oh, reroll
what the hell? I thought we were on the same side.
Apparently not.
13. You still succeed.
13. Hooray! So now we're climbing up so fast at an alarming rate that we're climbing up at such a fast rate. Wow, damn it. We're climbing up at such a slow rate that it really hasn't helped us at all. And so maybe we need to find a different method than the gingerbread method to like funneling air into this thing, which kind of sucks because we're now at the point of like we're too high above the ground to just like jump off. I would like to tell everybody to abandon ship and attempt to jump on. I would like to tell everybody that our only chance of survival is to hop on one of the flying swine that are like flying about us. Since there's hordes of them, and everybody's going to need to do an acrobatics roll.
All right, everybody, acrobatics. Couch coin for Bomblin. I see it coming through.
I got a 15.
15.
Couch coin.
The Grouch Couch just redeemed couch coin for the swine usage.
Space wide.
All right, so we got a 13, a 15. Ronald, acrobatics check. Okay.
Oh, acrobatic.
That's what Bomblin said.
I'm arrived.
A 7.
Yeah, I got a 14.
All right, cool. So you each jump. Bomblin, echoes of banter, you catch a swine, almost no problem. Ronald, you jump, but your flimsy little rich boy legs aren't used to jumping or really having to walk anywhere. And you reach out and your hands just brush the backside of the pig and you just barely grasp onto the hairs on the back of the pig's tail. And you are holding on for dear life, or man life, because dear people are a thing in our universe. You're holding on. All right. And that, Bomblin, would you like to finish up the turn in any other way? Would anything like you would like to happen?
I'm on top of a flying swine at this point. You know, some people owe me a whole lot of things now, because pigs fly. And I need to go collect on some debts after this.
Sure do. All right. With that, we come to the end of our initiative roll.
Thank God.
We do another one. I would love to keep going with change forever. Torturing you was giving me so much life. Like, I know I was seeing the touches of real anger, but I don't care.
That's my first nat 20 in like a really long time.
All right, we're back to our original... Nope, not original order. So we're going to go Bomblin, Echoes, and then Ronald. And our new game... Oh, we already did that tonight. We're not doing it. Unless it's change. Yes, and... Oh, I hear God.
It is I, children of Jesus. Okay, yes, and... Players go in a circle. Am I talking in chat? I am. Players go in a circle through initiative, right? And may only speak one sentence at a time. Every sentence must begin with yes, and. As you build this whole scene together. No rejecting ideas, only escalate. So, player turns are now different. We aren't doing raw, we are doing yes, and. One sentence, move the story forward. Until the GM decides that the scene is over.
Yep. All right. We're starting off with Bomblin. You're on the pig.
We soar higher.
That is not a sentence. You can say a little bit more than that.
I can't even understand that. Sorry.
Okay. My bad. I'm sorry. I have a mask and everything else. As we soar higher towards the castle on our flying swines.
All right. Echoes of banter?
Yes, and the swine start nipping at start nipping at each other until and trying to throw us off.
Connor?
Yes, and my swine seems to not even notice that I'm there. In fact, he is flying higher than the rest of the swine. Almost too high.
Yes, and
as we
Connor.
get closer to the castle, we're getting to a point where we almost have to make a final parting jump from the swines. It's very scary because there's like a whole thing underneath of us.
Yes, and
We see the edge, and we each make our swings or leaps and catch on the edge, but it's very mossy, and we're slipping.
yes, and
We're slipping down the side of this great island, and we notice at the bottom of this slope seems to be a rim of Twizzlers, large ones.
yes, and
These Twizzlers are just no ordinary Twizzlers, but razor sharp.
yes.
As we're sliding down, heading towards the razor sharp Twizzlers, we see a passageway, and each guide ourselves to dive for that passageway.
All right, and we will end that there. Good job. We found a passageway. Now, I will have each of you once again roll initiative, and we will roll another game.
Wow.
We got one of the brand new games. Mirror, mirror.
Yes. 20. Mirror, mirror. During this scene, all players swap characters for this scene. You must mimic your assigned character's voice, quirks, and decision-making style as closely as possible. Chaos and bad impressions are guaranteed. Basically, you still do your raw, but as another character.
Hell yeah. I think it doesn't say how to swap you, so I think if we just bump everybody around one. So Bomblin goes to Ronald. So Bomblin is going to be played by Connor. Ronald is going to be played by Nathan. And Echoes of Banter is going to be played by Fishy. So we ensure everybody's playing a separate character. So, boom. And I will be played
Gotta
by...
ungroup those assets, God.
Oh, we could honestly, though, like, we could just be like, and I am now played by Turkey for this round.
Right.
Oh, good. Okay, so what was our order that we had here? Okay, so Ronald, Nathan, is going to be first. Bomblin, Connor, is going to be second. And Fishy, as Echoes of Banter, will be third. Yes?
All right.
Yeah. All right. Take it away.
Since I am familiar with the Pudding King, I shall lead the way. Follow me, boys, down this passageway.
Right.
As long as it'll make me money.
So, I see a stairwell down here. It looks a little creepy. Bomblin, do you want to go ahead and check to see if there are any traps?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and check for traps, but I'm gonna keep them because I'm gonna sell them later. Gotta make some coin. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
This is just hurtful.
Well, at least you don't have to do a voice with me.
You don't know how it is. Oh, wait, no, you're over there. You don't know what going through a divorce is like, Echo.
I know what it's like to be broken up with and have my love and desire be the only thing I crave.
Well, the only thing
But
I
I don't
crave is
mind
my money
fisting
back from that
someone here and there.
dumb bitch.
Which is the love of my life.
No.
Oh my God.
You
All
two
right,
are just messing around, and we're delaying everything. The sooner we finish this, the sooner we can get out of here and back on solid ground.
Good point. I'm gonna disarm these traps with my... Wait, we're doing, dexterity?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I mean, Fishy rolls the
Oh, okay. Fishy still rolls the dice. Okay, so dexterity. A 23.
That's a 9.
Bomblin. Oh, was it? Okay, no, yep, 9.
Damn it.
Oh,
I mean,
all right.
Do you take damage or do I take damage?
Well, you did fail at getting traps, disarming the traps. As you do, you stick your hand into one of them, and it's an open bear trap, Bomblin.
Oh man, these things were designed just for me. This is bullshit.
And you get like a paw caught in it. You get a paw. So I'm gonna have you roll a, let's say, 1d6 of damage there.
All right,
what the fuck?
will just roll that damage.
Whoa, you son of a bitch!
I thought you were rolling. Damn it.
Oh,
Ooh.
Lord.
Yeah, I don't think you want Connor to roll for you. Connor got a 6.
I know Connor got a 6. We're gonna take it because obviously that's the funniest. But damn, dude!
All right, perfect. You fail at traps, and I think with that, is that make it actually Bomblin's turn, or was that going to be not a lot happened on Ronald's turn? So
Wait,
But that's
hold on.
because it was
No. I
Bomblin's
need to add.
yes.
Wait.
Don't I?
So the reaction was you disarming the traps. That's a reaction from Nathan Ronald's turn.
Okay.
God,
So now,
God, this is confusing.
now I need to make a check, right?
You
do
did
an
that.
action.
Yeah. Now it's action and add. Yeah.
Okay, action.
Add action.
Yeah.
Add action. Sorry, add action.
Add action. Right.
Everything's confusing.
Well, with my super sensitive bear nose, I managed to smell something familiar from down this passageway. Do I perceive it all?
All right, perception check.
Roll me a perception. Me?
Hey,
This is the best new game. I love this so
it's
much.
just so difficult.
A 7.
12.
It's a 12.
Okay.
I got a nice
Yeah.
nose.
Then it succeeds. Do you follow it?
Yes.
All
I
right.
follow this familiar scent, which just so happens to be a fromage dans les perfume toilette. It's a perfume my ex-wife fucking wore, and I believe it to belong to a female. Hopefully.
All right. With that, echoes of banter, fishy. Take it away. You're too high up. We can't hear you. You're cut
Your
out.
mic can't pick up your falsetto.
Sorry, it's quite annoying. Oh no! I need to find my love. Thanks, Bomblin, for getting all the traps. Come on, guys, come help me. And we're gonna go down through the hallway. And I want to be. What's this, ladies? Okayono! Okayono! Oh no, Yoke! Oh, I'm having a stroke.
I'm right over here.
Oh fuck! Oh my god, my sweet, sweet, sweet love! Please embrace me, hold me in your arms through even these bars, for even time and space cannot keep us apart.
No way.
And like, oh no, Yoko puts her arms through the bars and kind of like pats echoes of banter on the face and being like, oh, it's so good to see you. Yes, please get me out of here. There's many of us trapped. You took so long.
I know. I just have one question. Why'd you
Anything.
leave?
Oh, I realized after a long time I made a mistake, but it was a whole bunch of things compounding on each other. It wasn't you, it was me. I was the problem. I needed to find who I was.
Was it you leaving, or was you the mistake?
Both. Honestly, I made so many mistakes and I should have never left you. I feel responsible for how the band ended up. It was all my fault and I caused the rift.
And that's no more because of you?
Yes, and I'm so sorry, but I thank you so much for coming to get me. Now get me out of this cell. The Pudding King will be back any second.
I came here to get closure, because I cannot do this anymore. I cannot sit here and let you tear us apart, whim from whim. Our love may know no bounds and no space and time or planes of existence. But I, Echoes of Banter, need to do this for myself and finally close the chapter on this book. Thank you, Yoko. Oh no. And I want you to know.
Yeah, no, if we're doing anything that's against your character, you can boost your I can't.
This is all good. This is all
Echoes
good.
of Banter? Or are we talking about Ronald Nathan? See,
Yeah.
I had a fucking stroke halfway through this trying to understand it myself. And to be, I don't know who I am anymore, but I'm supposed to be Echoes of Banter. And
You should ask for alimony.
no, we already went through the divorce process because Couch Coin flashback all the way back to the olive cauldron. And there we're sitting there and we're cheersing beers and we're eating ribs. And a big banner on the side says, happily divorced. Echoes.
Oh God. Good.
And then we flood back, and everybody remembers exactly why we did this. It was supposed to finally be the final end resort because we have completed our quest. We've done it. The divorce quest has been complete, and it's
You've
over.
been served, Yoko Ono.
It's Ono
Thanks,
Yoko.
Bomblin.
You
Whatever.
bald. You know what? I'm happy we ended things. You know what? I've been happier here in this cauldron. Everything about you. You're nothing but a worthless little worm. Go back to your monkhood. I'll make a better life here with the Pudding King. He's better at fellatio.
That's why we broke up, because you're an adulterous bitch.
Man, bitches ain't shit.
Bitches ain't shit.
And with that, we end that round of initiative. And I would like each of you, as your actual characters, go around and tell me what you do post this little quest of whatever just happened there. Post breakup things, you know, and we'll go around and Bomblin, what do you do? What do you do post helping Echoes of Banter find closure in their past relationship?
I just kind of like walk up behind Echoes and I pat him on the back a little bit. And I'm just like, I'm real sorry, bud, but you're just better off without her. You can live a whole new free life. And I know you invested a lot of time into this relationship and you really cared about this person. But this person wasn't good for you. And the quest you have ahead of your life, that's in your control now. We went through this divorce quest together, and now you are a free monk.
Does that mean I can go back to the groupies?
Absolutely. All the groupies. You know what? We can go get groupies together.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
I feel free.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you, man.
Ronald, what do you do post helping Echoes of Banter with their breakup?
Well, I look around at these two crying and bumbling fools, and I go, well, that was a waste of my time. And I walk to the edge of the castle, and I say, later, pores, and I dive off of the castle. And then the camera cuts back, and it zooms back in on a gingerbread man that's laying on top of orange Jell-O. And he's like, oh, I think my balls are starting to feel better. Man, I need to go tell everybody about this. And then just then Ronald's flying in, and he just lands on top of the gingerbread man on the Jell-O. Completely shatters him.
Beautiful. And finally, Echoes of Banter. How you doing, buddy? I feel like your catharsis was taken away from you, but how you doing?
I couldn't have done it better. That was beautiful. That's canon now.
What do you do post closure with your ex?
I thank Bomblin for his assistance and help me see the right way. And I go back to my band. I go back crawling on my hands and knees. That hopefully they'll accept me back so we can go on tour again and bang lots of
You're
groupies.
looking for a manager, perhaps?
We have one already.
You want
Need
to
a
fire
roadie
him?
though. Need a roadie.
I did say I am actually the manager of Metal Omnicon, a very renowned band. We actually saw it in a cutaway earlier this evening.
Ah, beautiful. And with that, our story comes to a close. Now, everybody, thank you all for watching. I want you guys... So if you're watching on YouTube, this is where the story ends for you. But I want you all to go and check out the AARPGs. You can find them on pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts, as well as pretty much every social media, including TikTok and Instagram. Give them some love. Nathan has been a very good sport with us tonight, and they deserve your followship. Listen, following is free. Following is the least you could do. Go like a couple of posts while you're at it. Be a homie. Help the algorithm grow. Listen, a rising tide raises all ships is our motto. Couch. Go follow them. We've loved having them here. A big round of applause for Nathan and just you've been wonderful. Thank you so much, Nathan.
Thank you. Thanks for watching and thanks for having me on. This has been a real treat and I really appreciate it. It's awesome.
Yay! Now, for those of you watching this live on Twitch, we will be back in a few minutes, and we're going to change into costume, come back, and talk about our favorite moments from tonight, and then do our season finale giveaway of some stickers, some fun stickers that we have. Hopefully Turk has a spinner wheel ready. And all of y'all, we love you. Thank you. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. If you want to ask some questions of Nathan and the ARPGs or any of our characters about what happened tonight, please put them in the chat so we can read them when we get back. Okay?